So we're behind the paywall on Business Insider, and they've released an article, exclusive. New emails reveal Hunter Biden asked for $2 million plus success fees to help unfreeze Libyan assets. Now, we've talked about the Hunter Biden email scandal in detail. We've been kicked off of YouTube and returned to YouTube because of it, and all of the drama that we've gone over when we talk about this guy. It's only gotten worse. These emails are independently verified, separate from the Hunter Biden email scandal. And what they found was the first email, dated January 28, 2015, was sent from Sam Johari. If you'll recognize that name because Johari was basically the architect of the Libyan disaster that happened when Obama was president. The way they put it is that he spearheaded the Libya project. Which was the project to destroy Libya, evidently. In the email, Johari is frank about what Biden would bring to the table and what he says Biden wanted in return. Let's read. Per phone conversation I met with number 2 son, he wants 2 per year retainer plus. Isn't that interesting? You know, when we were covering the Anon who shall not be named, so part of the comms was plus, and plus, right? It's very interesting the way that they use this in their comms all the time, and I don't have any idea why it's here. It's very strange the way they communicate. He wants to hire his own people. It can be a closed circle of people for confidentiality. His dad is deciding on whether to run or not. Well, let's listen to his positives. His positives are he's a chairman of the UN World Food Program, son number 2, who has Libya file, access to state, treasury, business partner as Secretary of State, John Kerry, his son. And since he travels with his dad, he's connected everywhere in Europe and in Asia. Gaddafi and Libya Investment Authority had money frozen. He said he has access to the highest level in the PRC. He can help there. Of course he has high access to the highest levels of China. We read the emails where he was bragging about that. We read the emails where he was talking to the intelligence head chief in China. So there's nothing wrong there. Let's read his negatives. His negatives are that he is an alcoholic drug addict kicked out of the U.S. Army for cocaine, chasing low-class hookers, constantly needs money, liquidity problems, and many more headaches. Oof. Damn! I mean, he's not wrong. I don't think he was in the Army, but he's not wrong. At least one aspect of Johari's assessment of Biden is erroneous. Biden was discharged from the Navy Reserve, not the Army, and it was never confirmed that Biden's positive test for cocaine was the reason. That's really not the worst part about Hunter Biden to me. The worst part about Hunter Biden to me is that he's a bagman for Joe Biden. He's gallivanting around the world, arguing with China, arguing with Libya. Understand this all started in Ukraine. We have these 3 giant areas where we have tons of electronic proof that this unqualified kid requiring $2 million retainers to look into financial fraud and financial assets being frozen, requiring millions of dollars to be put on retainer as a Ukrainian oligarch so that he could, because he's an expert in gas pipes. It's insane. The reality is he's a bagman for Joe Biden. But the tally of his positives reflects a keen sense of what he could offer the project. Biden's position at the United Nations meant he enjoyed face-to-face access to heads of state. In his memoir, Biden recalls a sit-down with King Abdullah II of Jordan. The only reason the king had agreed to meet, he wrote, was out of respect for my dad. I guess you could chalk it up to nepotism in the best possible way. In 2013, according to the New Yorker, Hunter Biden had traveled with his father on an official visit to Beijing, where he had arranged for the vice president to briefly meet one of his business partners in the lobby of the American delegation's hotel. Such access may, in fact, have been worth that price. Biden was cited as quoting, 2 people close to the negotiations told Insider that the 2 per year retainer mentioned in the email meant $2 million. My recollection was that anything that had to do with Hunter started at $2 million. So they were willing to pay this guy $2 million because Johari and his homeboys were going to pocket 5% of whatever they got freed up. And there was a lot of money frozen. The second email, dated February 26, 2016, indicates that the talks with Biden continued into the following year. In it, Johari and al-Rabini receive a report from John Sadwick, a Washington lawyer who had served as acting director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement under Obama. Sadwick had reached out to Biden's team about the Libya deal. We spoke with HB's team yesterday. They are interested in the project, but emphasized that for them to get involved, the team would need to be a small group of folks they have a tight relationship with. They do not want a large group involved, and they only want people with whom they have a close relationship with due to the sensitivities surrounding their involvement. Well, what sensitivities? Sadwig, who at the time was working at a law firm called Frontier Solutions. Write that one down, boys, because I've come across it 10 times in my research. Frontier Solutions. Scumbag company ran by scumbags. Look into it. Neither Johari nor an attorney for Hunter Biden responded to the insider's request for comment. The White House has declined to provide a statement. Martin Auerbach, an attorney for al-Rabini, said his client has no recollection of seeing those emails contemporaneously and knows to a certainty that he never spoke to and has no recollection of talking about Hunter Biden. In the past, both Joe and Hunter Biden have repeatedly said that they never discussed the younger Biden's clients, and there is no evidence that Hunter Biden ever used his relationship with his father to deliver anything of substance for his client. What? Unbelievable. The emails are also striking for what they reveal about the dual mindset of Beltway insiders who take part in such deals. Both Johari and Sadwick discuss Biden's potential involvement in the Libya project as a straightforward business proposal, and at the same time they make references to confidentiality and sensitivities, demonstrating an awareness that Biden's involvement could complicate his father's potential run for the White House. There is no mention of ethics, only optics. Well, as for the emails derived from Hunter Biden's laptop, some of which deal with his well-compensated efforts as a board member of Burisma, a Ukrainian gas company, neither the Biden family nor the White House has come forward to challenge their authenticity. The Bidens, a new book released on Tuesday, confirms that at least some of them are genuine. This is like... the news is a joke now. It is like there is no comics section. It's just all comics.